So we not talking about power, but we talking about white power. Really though, white power. Okay. The time that I'm making this video is January 21st, 2017. Basically the day of the anti-Trump protests in New York City. I'm not about to talk about that. That's going to be for another video on another day. What I will talk about though is what happened on the way to work. On the way to, all that other stuff that transpired, which I'll do in another video. Honestly, what I came across was pretty interesting. Kind of disturbing even. I was waiting for the bus stop. Basically, the bus had passed me already. So that was, a dream going by. I'm waiting at this bus stop. I see a little young white boy walking past with his family. They obviously on the way to, like the anti-Trump protests, and, they got their signs, for women's equality and, you nasty women, and, what I'm saying, feel the burn, I'm with her, all the political slogans. So as I'm standing there, I see this little boy, little white kid, probably 8, 9, another one, 10, 11, 12. And one of the little kids is, walking around with the American flag, yelling white power. To myself, white power. Youngin, that's how you feel? The little white boys that was with him said, oh, way to, bridge the gap. And, it was all in jest. But I'm thinking to myself, even to joke about something like that, where does that come from? I'm thinking about the divisiveness in our politics, the election of, our 45th president, Donald Trump. To myself, how such rhetoric, even though in jest, is even seeping into the minds of the little young ones. Because the little, young white boy, a young kid, he knew he was wrong, because when he seen me, he stopped. But it's like, it's something that you say, how does something like that even, begin to play out in somebody else's mind? That is cool to even, chant that or say that or jokingly. And it's like, okay, you're a kid, so you don't judge the little kid. I'm not judging the kid. I look into the environment that makes it okay. It's like, any environment that would make something like a Semitic sentiment okay, or homophobia okay, or Islamophobia okay, or any phobia that's out there. So it's like these divisive environments are created. And it's just to say that our children watch, they listen, they look, they learn, they pick up, they mimic. And it's kind of sad sometimes when folks don't see how far-reaching or how negative something like that can become. Something that can be seen as very innocent, like I said, a young kid, maybe about 8 or 9. And I wasn't mad at the kid for, yelling or saying white power, whether you mean it or not. I'm a black man, I'm grown, what I'm saying, you ain't doing nothing to me. I'm still gonna carry on, blessings be to God doing what I do. Irony of it is that you're on your way to an anti-Trump rally and the little kid is yelling white power and not understanding the things that they say and not understanding, the implications of it, the ramifications of it, and it just so happens as you're playing around saying something like white power, you happen to walk across a black man, who understands the concept of what you're saying and the power of words and things like that. And I didn't say nothing to the little kid because at first I didn't really hear him and I wasn't paying attention, and he had said it again and then he had stopped. He seen me, he looked in my eyes, but I just looked and I said, wow, where does that come from? To where it's even something that you would joke about at that young age or say something about. Like, I'm just glad it wasn't an adult and it wasn't a situation where it could have gotten volatile. Making something out of nothing. Maybe this is a situation where, you know what? Hey, you're just reaching. Maybe, maybe I am. What if it was my child saying something that was, anti-Semitic, or joking about something homophobic, Islamophobic, or any other, sensitive things out there that, people are, like prone to. How would you feel? Or how would somebody feel if they were, of Caucasian descent, and, there was something that was, anti-Caucasian or something, or anti-American? How would folks feel about that? Would it be okay to joke about that? And this is not me trying to, go after political correctness. Like I said, it's just about the understanding of the power of words, the power of sentiment, the power of rhetoric. That's what this is more about. This is not about white power and, somebody saying something against the black man and me going against the white man and, making America divided. There's plenty of folks out there that's going to do that. They don't need my help. Just saying to, folks out there, if you have children, be careful what your children watch, what they see. I mean, if they see this divisive rhetoric, if they hear these things, explain it to them. Let them know the ramifications of saying something like that. Because if this, young white kid would have said something in a predominantly black neighborhood, around, different minorities and stuff like that, people may take that the wrong way. And that could turn into something ugly for that child. Be it, both ways, even if it's a minority in a, predominantly Caucasian neighborhood and they're saying something that's against, Caucasian Americans or anybody of, a different race than them, that could be volatile. Words matter. Yeah, they do matter. I mean, words matter because they have the power to spark up different emotions, life and death in them. You can just speak a couple of words and, assault somebody's character. You can speak a couple of words and uplift their character. I mean, what we say out of our mouths, it matters. These words that we use, these sentiments that we put out there in the world matter. These kids, they're watching, they're listening, they're mimicking, they're joking. Remember, we were kids once too. We did things, we played with matches, we said dirty words, we done teased each other, we done did things that we regret, all kind of stuff. So I say not to pass these things on to the next generation, these negativities, these vices, these angsts. So, I mean, realistically, I'm not offended at the little boy for, saying, white power or, joking about it. As, things happen, you're a kid, but the thing is not to understand where you're coming from, or the parents not paying attention that these things happen, not really explaining to your children. That's a problem. I mean, explain to your children what's going on in this world. Explain to them what it means when, you have somebody up there that says divisive rhetoric that affects minorities, immigrants, people of different religious backgrounds or sexual orientations. Kids should know what these things mean. They should know how words affect folks. They should know. Like I said, if you don't care about that, if you feel like I should mind my business, you don't have to watch. That's fine. If anybody knows me, it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt me. But for those out there that want to know, look, talk to your kids. Let them know what's going on in this world. We live in a crazy world, and as it said in the Bible, my people were destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And, it pays to be informed. It pays to be aware, because I come from a place where, if you speak the wrong things, that could be the difference between your life and your death. Of course, things change, you get better over time, get more mature. But words matter, man. Words matter. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Take care. I'll see you next time.